David, tell us about how she became sick. I know that you both were sick as well. So what happened in August?
Good morning, Elsa. Yeah, I had contracted COVID early July. And then while taking care of me, Priscilla wound up getting COVID as well, middle July. So she was clear of quarantine about
July 30th.
July,
The end of July.
The end of July, she was cleared of quarantine. And we had no idea that Gigi was sick. Other than the day before she passed away, she had thrown up a couple times, but with her special needs and having hydrocephalus, she had a shunt. So we thought perhaps it might have been a malfunction with the shunt. So that's, we took her to the doctor.
That's why we took her to the doctor. Typically, we wouldn't take our kids to the doctor for throwing up twice, but because of her extra needs, we wanted to get her checked out. And she was running around the doctor's office. She was drinking a slushie. She had a normal temperature. She did have a rash on her shoulder, which we found out later is a child sign of COVID. We didn't know. And vomiting is a child sign of COVID. It presents very differently than it does in adults. So it's hard to know what to look for. So any parents who have kids who are lethargic, throwing up, and have a rash, they need to go.
I'm so glad that you're highlighting that. And in fact, you've sent us all of these beautiful pictures of Gigi, but one you've sent us that you want everyone to see is this picture of her shoulder. This is her, I believe, the day before, or maybe the day that she died. And you can see that little rash. She's sitting up. Her color looks good. She looks just like a 6-year-old would, but it's that rash that you want everybody to see. And so how soon after this, Priscilla, did she pass away?
I took that photo 4 hours before she died. That's the last photo that I took of her. She was in the doctor's office, and I wanted a picture of the rash. I actually texted it to David, and I had the doctor look at it. He was like, kids get into stuff, which they do. And she liked to play outside, and who knew? It's just one of those things that you would not associate that with COVID. Now, I think more so months later, people are associating, rashes and vomiting and other signs with child COVID. But then at the time, we were told she's got a stomach bug. Take her home, let her eat some popsicles, get some rest. So we took her home, put her down for a nap. I went to the store to get popsicles, and I came home to 2 ambulances, fire trucks, police cars in front of my house, and my daughter dead.
I'm so sorry. That's one of the awful things about this is just how suddenly it happened. And David, I understand it was one of your other children who found her.
Yeah, my 11-year-old found her and told our 18-year-old that he thinks that she's not breathing. And so he came in and started CPR, contacted 911. Just amazing kids that now are having to go through just a tumultuous time in grieving and therapies and PTSD. They could not have been any more perfect in trying to help their sister, and they're just amazing kids.